Hello, I'm Dan G.
Hello, I'm Nathan.
Hello, this is Andy.
Hello, this is Dan D.
And what can we say?
San Andrezo.
We could say that, but it would be wrong.
It wouldn't make any sense at all.
Best game on PS2.
Best game ever?
Quite possibly.
Ever strong, and this is coming from a man who thought this game was worthy of 99%. But what I'm saying is I don't think they'll... I'll put my chips on the table and say I don't think there'll ever be a better game on PS2.
Your egg and chips
Yeah,
on the table.
Just as much as anything, it's such an achievement. And a game that is so lovingly crafted and completely shames, well, almost everything on PlayStation, with the exception of a few choice titles, really.
There's almost no time to speak about it and do it justice.
You could sit and moan, couldn't you, and say, oh, you know, the fighting could be better, the combat could be slightly better, this could be better. Yeah, exactly. But I could go on in detail if you'd like me to, but I won't. But it's just that there's no point, because it's a game that offers you
Look at this bit.
all these things
Bam.
and more.
Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
What a year. Yeah,
Bring back the
all
good
the
old days, eh?
celebrities, they were all there.
Old Arnold. And
What a lovely war.
Right.
Oh, look at them. They're loving it. Call of Duty. You can't tell me that it was Arnold. It's fantastic. It's Call of Duty, war, very grim, very hard. In every sense of the word, you will get absolutely pasted because it employs a really clever, stroke, slightly odd system of you're at war with Germany, and it's just like being at war with Germany in that there's millions of them. They do not give up. You cannot walk into a room, kill the 10 German guards that the game put in there, and then just like think, right, my back is clear. These guys are hundreds of miles away. I'm fine. They will pursue you and keep coming out from behind scenery and popping up in windows and sniping at you and stuff. A lot of the time, you are just charging through the level, rushing from cover point to cover point, trying to just trying to get through to the level's end. Sad bit is that levels are quite short. There's lots of variety because you get to drive tanks and stuff, but unfortunately, especially in the early doors bits, you just want some more. You want to know what's around the next corner, and you kind of snapped away. And often snapped away from the character you're playing as. You play as Singoski plays Russians, and he plays Brits and Americans as well. So it's something for everyone.
it's still the illusion of involvement though, isn't it? This first levy that you just run through a tunnel, the hats still look like a big raging battlefield. It's brilliant though.
It is quite clever. I mean, if you want to take the time, if you want to sort of test it and go, right, I'm going to deliberately head in the wrong direction, you'll get killed. So
It's like real war.
yeah, the incentive is to kind of, when these guys say, stay with me, right, run now from the trenches, right, hide behind here. You do as he says, otherwise you get pasted. All this sort of stuff, all these kind of like set piece and time type things, inviting you to look up or around, you know, there's explosions going off to your left and right, wherever you're looking, these sort of thing. Beautifully kind of set so that it waits for you to look at stuff. Sound-wise, great stuff. Massive orchestral soundtrack, like anybody gets it down, but the brilliant surround sound, if you've got surround sound stuff, bullets zinging past you, loads of shouting. If you whack it up, I was playing this really loud, and the amount of times folks in the office just kept into my tone because it's just absolutely cacophonous at time, which is pretty much like real war.
From our experience, like real war.
Just
Very
like Real
much,
War.
Yeah, I'm an expert.
And we've all been in wars.
expert on the real war.
Even this bit here where you only get a set of bullets rather than a gun, because that's what happened in the Battle of Stalingrad. They one person got the gun and the other person behind them got the bullets.
True.
So, you know, you want to be number one in line,
So
basically.
this guy says, right, follow me to certain death, and you set off with your handful of bullets.
So do you just throw the bullets at them or something?
No, you haven't got anything at
You
all.
have
You've
to
got no
flick
means
a
of
high
waging
velocity.
war at all.
Yeah.
You wait for one of your comrades to get killed and then
Yeah.
stealth across like now and then grab the gun,
Fortunately, you've got the guy
start
comes.
picking off Germans. Pick them off.
It's very tough. The guns, as you can see, most of them massively slow to load. Very clunky, very noisy. It's as authentic as playing a PlayStation 2 game based on war can be. I prefer this to the other games. I think it says much in the review a number of times. I look forward to the new level and see where that's going to run from this. But as far as an FPS like Killzone, but the total opposite end of Killzone, you know, you've got to choose between the two. I've actually got to choose between that and Time Splitters as well. 3 different things, 3
And
very,
GoldenEye.
very different games.
Rogue Agent.
No, you forget that. Oh no, I know what this is.
Yeah, I was going to say, Andy's been puffing since he came up the stairs. Now he's recovered, and he's puffing even louder. Looking at this.
Don't get me started on this. This is a game I had a real good old go at trying to play, trying to enjoy. And
Although there was a problem with the shower when you want to regale us with your tales of shower placement.
it's such a complicated game, and that's not that it's got some fantastic deep gameplay, but just positioning the shower so that the door wasn't against the wall took me like 20 minutes.
And the man just stood there like, looking at you saying, please fix the shower. I want,
And there's-
I'm fella.
Look, people go to the toilet with their trousers on.
Take your trousers off.
Awful.
It's never right. It's all about conforming with people around you and thereby making friends.
Is that really the message?
Yeah.
Yes,
This is a
it's
game
awful.
made by old men and women that think they know what kids want.
And get this,
And-
the Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah.
I've remixed all their songs in Simlish. Now who can resist that?
Well,
I mean,
me-
they were
me for one.
fantastic to start with, now they're even better and gibberish
yeah.
talk.
Yeah, Mrs. P was telling me just the other week she
Yeah, yeah.
learnt Simlish just for the lead song.
Actual language.
Yeah, no, it's very easy to be slightly dismissive and patronising of this, but probably because it is very easy to be.
All you want is
For a reason.
You want The Sims where you can get buck naked and get down to it and rob people, basically.
And
this
express
is-
yourself, man. Oh yes. Oi. Oi. I can't even. It's a mark of how excellent this game is that you can't even pretend to do the voices or the accents for reasons of the swear police coming in and locking you up.
Oh, this would be an 18 if we were to.
Well, if you switch to the alternate soundtrack on this disc, hopefully you'll hear that I actually asked the disc guys to bleep out all the swearing.
Yeah.
Such
This
is
was
the
so much.
extreme
Yeah,
swearing.
Italy hasn't switched itself off. It's that continuous bleep. Yeah, no, this is in a way better than the first game, in that they slightly fixed the targeting.
You slag.
But
Leave it out.
yeah, it's just largely turgid. Why you would ever buy this in preference to stealth sections? Again, they're back. You control a girl. This is annoying. You never know where to get off. You're flipping around. Where do you get out? Sometimes the man sees you, sometimes he doesn't.
She's wearing the right clothes for stealth.
Yeah,
Big bright
well,
yellow t-shirt.
Exactly. But it's there's some good moments like the last game, but they never reaches the same highs as the last games. It's just a very flat, dull experience that it felt like you had 2 years ago.
And it's funny this time around.
Well,
unintentionally mostly. but
yeah, it's just pretty. Just don't buy it. I hate to say that, but everything that was good about the first game, like seeing London for the first time, is exactly the same. It's like they've just done nothing. I mean, this is it. They literally had the city built, and they spent 2 years doing what?
It's pretty good.
Splitting opinion, this one, isn't it?
Oh, smart.
No one-
face!
No other game brings you rubber man doll thrust out of a window.
His bones mysteriously disappear the moment he leaves his car.
He does go a bit floppy.
Yeah. Well, have you ever been thrown out of the car before?
Many a time.
Oh, right.
And
It's
it wasn't like that.
Says Andy, biting through a straw. Yes, anyway, sorry. It's quite tasteless.
But this,
The split the opinion. Some people.
Oh.
Come on, that's fun.
Yeah, that is fun.
the
That's fun.
physics engine makes this even more enjoyable. Driving elements, which is the fundamental part of this game.
Yeah, I think
are
it's
a
all
bit-
about the ragdoll ejection.
Yeah, they're a bit restricted because it leads you to believe that you can power slide around corners using these like beat up cars and things. But once you start playing it, it does feel like really restricted. Like you've got to stick to racing lines. It's just
Even
not
though the
what you want.
physics suggest otherwise.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not quite as crashy, smashy, bounce off the walls and
No, it's not. I mean,
stuff as you'd expect.
I mean,
the physics are brilliant though. Like the way shards of wood get stuck in your windscreen and stuff. And just little details. Stuff falls like it would in the lane.
Yeah, but
I think they've got sort of collision physics and stuff fine, and the car manual is really, really good. But yeah, it sort of wanted it to kind of, if you accelerate steered hard, you want the back end to come out. But it's sort of like it's a bit sticky and a bit realistic.
yeah, the best parts of Flat Out are to be had in the arena. Thank you.
Perfecto.
And it's just, you know, you've got all these crazy things that you can do with your loose limbed character. Like this is the high jump section. Yeah, you know,
at that.
car high jump.
Oh,
me?
oh, that's good.
Come on.
Bash!
You're taking advantage of the physics there.
I'm
Yeah,
okay,
and he
folks.
gets caught in a fence.
Oh, look, his head's come clean off.
Not to worry, folks.
Yeah,
You can manage
he's
without-
okay.
Yeah.
Fetch the reserve driver.
I can manage just fine without the head.
Yeah, there's a huge dartboard that you can play as well.
Where's this one? What's this one?
And this is long jump. Yeah,
Just like the Olympics.
just fling him along.
Somebody watching this is going,
And he's
this
okay.
is brilliant.
What one's this?
Talking of games that have hardly improved
wants
in the
this?
last. Oh, sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Graphically, sweat physics, you know, you can't knock the sweat physics.
That's some good sweat.
And Bram,
Surely it just comes out of the pause and goes down,
yeah.
or soaks into clothing.
Isn't there an extra layer of rude in the bra and panties matches?
Yeah, if you do if you connect with 3 ass slaps, they actually, the ladies actually kiss in some
Yeah.
bizarre way.
Ooh, Jim on
It's like Tiger Woods,
Yeah,
like
he's
style
kissing.
swingometer to
Yeah.
judge your ass slaps.
To make ladies kiss.
To make
No.
ladies kiss. Yeah.
Precise.
I don't
What could
actually
be
know
more
why.
natural than ladies kissing? I like it.
Well,
I don't know why.
Two men sharing an affectionate embrace. Like they do in wrestling.
Yeah, not
Slam each other into the mat.
fundamentally not much has changed with the new SmackDown, apart from graphics and a few new modes.
You can make a belt, I believe.
Oh yeah,
You can make a belt,
Yeah, it gets more expensive if you put
leather
Yeah.
and bottle caps, a bit of tinsel.
yeah.
Twigs and.
Wicked.
toilet roll tubes, you know.
Oh, that's
The, the fighting's exactly the same.
Well, that's a
Oh.
rubbish move. That is, yeah.
Collision detection still
Still got
move.
his ass kicked after that.
That was that man's
Yeah,
best
yeah.
move then.
And that's his best move.
And now I can
Yeah,
go
you
out.
finished?
Remember it.
I don't
Yeah.
think this is going to do anything to convince non-wrestle fans to join the fold this year, is it?
No, not particularly. Not if
think-
you're not already in that fold.
Even naked
In that fold.
The best platformer on PS2 since Jack 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And better than Jack 3. Jack 3, let the side down a bit. Ratchet, stealing his thunder, overtaking. Ratchet better than Jack 3.
Why
Sonic-
is new Ratchet better than old Ratchet?
Because Ratchet 1 was brilliant, Ratchet 2 was more of the same. This will genuinely try to innovate. I
It's
remember.
like San Andreas, look at that.
Yeah.
Well, the tartan parachute.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the gangsters and prostitutes, but
We could go on.
yeah. But yeah, I remember there was a crowd on the TV full of hilarious take the guise of an alien, trying to use conversations to get kind of smuggle your way through levels, and it's actually quite fun.
It's very funny.
You can give them a little wave.
It does look really great as well. It's really tight, playable, polished.
Multiplayer
Everything's
online
on
as well.
respect.
Yeah, online stuff. Yeah. But the single player is worth the price of one. But the fact that there's this massive multiplayer online thing that's a bit like Halo, believe it or not, with
Bit like
jeeps
Halo.
and
Like what?
Like Halo. The game they're all calling a bit like Halo.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
Starring a large. I don't even know what he is. What is he, like a big cat?
he's a Lombax, which is a type of alien cat.
Ah,
Lombax, dumbass.
correct me right up then.
But no, it's fantastic.
Any
Oh,
new
and there's
guns?
these little,
this time?
These little 2D mini games like an old school platform.
Oh, I
That's
love
good.
I love
Yeah.
that.
It's got the lot.
Stop comparing it to GTA.
No one else is. It's just you.
GTA's not got a Lombax in it, has it?
Oh,
There is
you
one in
might
the
say
woods.
Jack 3.
Jack again to the matrix of good platform. Look at this.
It's good.
There's a city from Jack 2 blowing up.
Oh no.
It's right near the start then.
Yeah, this is the intro, and you go back there later on. So basically, it's like they've plugged the whole of Jack 2 into this whole new city. So it's 2 games in one almost. It's massive.
Two games in one, almost.
Yeah, then why isn't it as good as Jak 2 or even Jak 1?
Because Ratchet 3, for example, has innovated genuinely, but this is just more of the same. But the same's really good, so yeah. I mean, it's all about all the objectives and stuff are like GTA style. Go through these hoops in 3 minutes.
Yeah, Jak 2 was the big innovator, wasn't it? That was kind of a massive step up, because I thought the first game was very good, but not great, and Jak 2 was just amazing. And
It's all about basically all the missions.
Jak 2
are-
really hard as well.
yes.
It's just me, but is this as hard?
Yeah. It's got these really constricted time limits, like you probably see here, coming up. Like go through like 10 hoops over that massive desert in like a minute, and if you fail, you have to drive all the way back, start again. No, timer.
Yeah.
Hoops, go through hoops, timer runs out.
Damn you, timer.
Yeah, it's tricky. Game with cute fluffy creatures, and it's funny, and then it gets real bastard hard.
More hoops. This mission is it's another race. This mission, I was shouting like a mofo in the office. People looking at me strange because it's just
A lot back squealing like it. Hang on, that's the wrong game. So yeah.
you bang it. I mean, if they bang it to you, you fall over. But if you bang it to them, they just don't fall over. That's bad design. Terrible. It's hard and
Breaks the
annoying.
basic rules of falling over.
GoldenEye. Rogue.
What can we say? Brilliant, James Bond game, not James Bond game. We've done this a million times. I don't want to.
So
It has got
clever.
Bond in it, but it's a man who is sufficiently legally distinct from Pierce
Bond.
Brosnan.
Yeah, and he dies very quickly at the start. That's not to give anything away,
Yeah.
particularly.
Because you play as the villain.
Yes, with a
In an
golden
amazing
eye.
twist on the series. Fitted with, wait for this, and we've been there before. But yeah.
It's just, it's suffice to say, not a very good first-person shooting game, and we've currently got loads of first-person shooting games going on. In Call of Duty and Killzone, I just really can't see the place for GoldenEye at all.
Yeah, I mean, what's its lot in life? It's just generic.
Not goodness.
Shoot 'em up. The death trap things are good like this. If there's a man over this rocket nautically, you can put a little switch and go tackle as it gets.
Yeah.
Slowly
Once,
singed to death.
first time you do it.
Not,
Yeah.
Quite
not
good.
that good looking either. But for an
it
EA
does look
game,
terrible.
it's
Yeah.
very jerky, which is from the stable that will soon be bringing you Time Splitters 3, which is
Yeah, well,
extremely,
Times Splitters
extremely
is-
smooth.
That is going to be brilliant. It's going to slash all over.
because it's free radical and not whoever made.
Yeah, it's a rogue team of renegades.
Yeah, they're a team of corporate do-as-you're-told robots.
Single-handedly cheapened the Rails original.
They're one of the greatest licenses of all time.
Yeah.
Pissed away.
Completely pissed away, yeah.
And it's got a ridiculous plot that Bond fans will get angry at because Dr. No and Auric Goldfinger never existed in the same timeline. They're ruining Bond history as well. They're cheapening everything. It's a big horrible.
Everything that was once
mess.
good is now a
Yeah.
foul, stinky mess. All you can pray is that EA listen, and they'll learn for next year. There'll
Yeah.
never be another bad Bond game. Mark my words.
Yeah, true.
I'll hold you to that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Still
Oh.
dark. Still guessing. They can read the caption.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
We can't see the caption. we know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just playing a little game
Yeah.
where it's clearly this is the new Frogger game, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is
I love this.
Ribbit Lord.
You Rubik.
Yeah.
Yeah, Froth.
Bit of froth.
GTA Frog. Yeah.
Yeah.
Return of the Froth.
Yeah.
But on a serious note, what is this? What is this?
I don't know. I'm going to say now. Let's guess. I'm not going to buy this game. I don't care what it is. I'm just going to lay the smackdown out there and let's see what a game it turns out to be.
I think it's Resident Evil
Outbreak
File 2.
Yes.
Ah.
People chewing up a rhinoceros.
True.
Is that really happening?
That's really happening.
Actually
and here
happening
comes
on a game.
a huge zombie elephant.
Oh. It's quite dark.
It is, but aren't all Resident Evil games?
Not as iconic this intro as the first Resident Evil.
Which
Outbreak.
was brilliant.
Yeah, it was amazing.
From the rat's point of view thing.
To the citizens of Raccoon
It's-
City.
It's different, but it's the same. I'm a bit disappointed with this one actually because I really like the first Outbreak. There are repeated scenarios from the first game in the second game. There are some new stuff, like the main highlight being
That
this
looks like the city zoo's
zombie
rear
zoo,
gate.
which
If a
sounds
rescue
fantastic,
team's
but
on the
is
way, I'd
quite
better hurry.
as fulfilling
But
as
online in the UK this
A
time,
bad
you can't
feeling
forget.
about this, but it looks like I should check it out.
Yep, it's
Crash.
crash and burn.
What's dead, funnily enough? Oh, crash.
Yep, and
Fuck.
burn. I don't think he's burnt just yet.
No, that's just crashed. Horribly.
Well, yes. Looks a bit like Mad
This-
Max here, which
This,
is...
yeah, this what you're looking at.
Misleading.
Yeah,
Slightly.
very, very misleading.
If only this was the game.
Oh, and it's not in the desert.
Yep,
So
and there's not that many cars on track at one time.
that's a brilliant entry.
There
what
is
kind of brainiac would take part in a race like this?
Kind of
Well,
brain old. Yeah.
someone.
Do that.
Well, it didn't look like any of those cars were being driven by people because there was no one coming out of the windscreen for starters.
Oh, there we are then.
But
Oh, and is the
Yeah.
game not looking quite
Yeah.
the same?
yeah,
What's the
No,
one? Where's the
no.
10,000 cars?
no desert, no 10,000 cars.
What's
just-
on it?
It does look like Burnout. The poor man's Burnout. That is. It's just.
Portals bomb.
It's. Oh, I can't explain how
Go on,
much
explain.
I don't like this game.
Explain it, though.
I'll tell you what's good. Again, the online play is very good. 16 players online, racing against each other, racing around an oval in opposite directions. That's quite fun.
What about Bomber?
Well, you know exactly. Burnout's
Yeah.
there.
Well, let's talk about this first.
And but this, you can like mod up your car. By mod, I mean you can put like a spoiler on it and maybe change the colour of
Change the
the
stickers.
the wings and stuff like that. But that's about it. The single player mode is just it's empty. You have this stupid championship thing where you earn points to buy new car parts, but there's not that many car parts to buy. There's nothing really.
It's not real
Keeping
cars.
it-
Yeah, you don't care about it.
No.
at all.
This really is football.
Yeah.
How many years have we? Oh, anyway.
Yeah, anyway, moving on.
It's
Yes.
they've got to do this. They've got a big team in London that do this every year. They're committed to doing it. They sell an okay amount, and they do strive to improve it. And they've added things like the cameo stuff that allows you to map your face in with iToy. But you know, why bother?
Well, I'll tell you why you should bother, because it's got the best online features for a football game on the PS2. You can create yourself using the iToy cameo, and then play in a team with 10 other people online. And
10
you can be- you
actual
can be-
faces
10
of other men.
Actual faces of other men.
That,
quite
see, that is,
sinister.
that is quite impressive, though,
Yeah,
isn't it?
and then speak to them with the headset, you know, and then just. And that was our cleaning lady
Yeah.
that you just heard there. Yeah.
She
She-
just can't,
she likes
she
to make
can't wait to
connections.
get her face digitised with iToy camera.
Yeah.
I mean, she didn't want the bins, not at all.
She just
She
spotted,
plays
she
iToy.
spotted a bit of tiff.
Yeah. She just couldn't resist.
I used to be into that FIFA.
Stick your pro Evo up your arse.
Yeah.
And clear it off.
Thanks for that insight, Mr. Cleaning Lady. but on a serious note, it is a decent game and it excels online, whereas PES doesn't even have that feature
Yeah.
at all.
Better than PES.
Sells for its options more than anything else.
Better than PES because it's online, not better than PES as in playing it alone.
At all.
The home team have taken the lead.
Well, it looks alright so far.
Yep, it looks just like FIFA.
FIFA for a reason.
Oh, slightly jerkier. Slower and jerkier than FIFA.
Yep,
That's
And
what
the ball's on fire.
that's the
Ball's
ball.
the world.
yeah.
Ball is the careful. It's the world.
No, it says a lot about
Ooh.
a game when they have to show action footage of FIFA
Posh.
Instead of a
to-
big spreadsheet.
instead of a massive spreadsheet of numbers and
Man, that
other
sounds brilliant.
statistics.
So what?
Yeah, what's the problem?
How
with
does
it
this stack up?
Against LMA,
Yeah,
which
let's
is
say
like
that.
the benchmark. Basically, it's just it's so drab. What it does, you have to answer questions like that the press pose to you, and if you answer a question right, it gives you +3 points.
Brilliant.
Like RPG
Now
elements.
there's a thought for the day. Well,
Whoa, who's this?
Who's this?
Behind this
Hello?
wall.
who's
That
this?
Vandal. That young Vandal.
It's young Poon.
oh,
Nathan
it's me.
Irvine of PSM2
Knocking
magazine.
down the wall.
With his face.
Smashing things up.
Smashing down a virtual wall.
Bless him,
Yeah.
he's loving
Is this as much fun as
Let's,
it looks?
let's pelt him with bricks.
It is quite fun.
You're rubbish.
Not so much as knocking down the wall. As you can see, I'm struggling there. But
Oh, this looks good though. This
Yep.
one, the old Ready Break game mode.
yeah, I'm banging in nails with my bare hands. Yeah.
Wacky nail. I love this
Like
game.
a Shaolin monk or something.
Yeah, that's what I do at the weekends. Yeah, bit of DIY around the house. Smash a
you-
few nails
With my
in
bare hands.
But yeah, this is really good. The DIY section's quite frustrating. The musical ones, where you get to play guitar
Oh,
and,
yeah. I actually enjoyed the guitar.
and the drums, very good.
Yeah, the guitar's really good.
Whilst this is just brilliant.
Yeah.
Hatcher's egg, Sonic, the other one, the little, yeah, the little monkey who lives in that spherical ovoid. They're all there.
Good news for Dan here. It's the game we're doing Cry in 3D, and it feels like you're actually flying.
I cried.
Did you?
Yeah, I did actually.
Because it was all gone.
Yeah.
Upset.
Yeah, I was quite upset. It's a very sad thing.
And now you can be Knight, Mr. Knight.
In the
Michael
words of
Knight.
Joel, it
Mighty
feels like you're flying when you're being.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with your arms right.
Yeah.
He also described the monkey ball bits as being exactly like being a monkey trapped in the ball.
God knows we've all wanted to be like that. Now this is Maniac. Yeah.
You've got a shout and a.
All games are good and obvious, apart from the Crazy Taxi one where you've just got to
Look at that.
dance about and shout and oh, I like the toilet thing. That was really
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
where
that's-
you make
that's really
shapes
good, that.
and slide down.
Best use of iPod thus far.
Very good, better than Play 2.
Yep.
I'm afraid.
Oh, here it is,
Shiny
the big one.
red cars.
Ford Racing.
You can keep all your other
Three.
makes of car,
Yep, I'll just have my Fords, thanks.
just the
Yeah.
Fords.
A game that lets you race gangster 30s era
yeah,
jalopies.
and fools you into thinking that you're gonna start some movie chases like Bullet, and all it really is a race in one of those cars. So
Oh, right. Was the show a cutscene with Steve McQueen like standing on the
Nope.
bonnet?
no Steve
I
McQueen.
love Fords.
Yeah.
An excellent car. Make no mistake.
Posthumous thumbs up from Steve McQueen.
Yeah. But not that, no.
No, this is just
It's all right, and I'm sure they wanted to stress the budget price.
yeah.
I was just stress the budget price for Scalar and Robotech
Yeah.
Invasion as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
Must
let's
address that.
let's just say you can pay 20 quid for this, or you can go out and buy Burnout 2 for 20 quid
Or
as well.
Gran Turismo.
Or Gran
GT3,
Turismo for 20
yeah.
quid.
Or Need for Speed Underground.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot of games out there
Oh.
for 20 quid now, and you know you can't just get away with saying, "Oh, it's a budget game. It's only 20 quid."
If you're Ford mad from Fords,
Yeah, you're like
Yeah,
Ford's
that's it.
biggest fan.
you'll have I like nothing more than settling down with a nice bed with Fords.
Yeah.
So is it for those who can't afford another game?
Yeah,
I'll leave.
yeah. You should.
Get your
Yeah.
foot down. Stand in the corner.
Get your coat, get back in your
Yeah.
car, which is not made by Citroen. And leave.
See, without GT4 this Christmas, you know, something like this must be celebrated. But the fact is,
It was Empire's biggest selling game last year, Ford Racing 2, which well says a lot about Empire's games.
no, it's just careful.
Oh, hello.
I would say Ford Racing. I don't particularly remember Ford Racing 2.
Well, we didn't review it. That's why.
Is that right?
Yeah, that is right.
Interesting.
It is interesting.
So I'm so glad that we did review Ford Racing 3.
Yeah,
It's when
And
the
it turned
Mac,
out to be.
and the Mac was sponsored by Ferrari back in those days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just it's slow. It looks pretty. It's just slow.
Robotech Invasion.
Invasion of the Robotechs.
That's quite a safe bet. Yeah,
Yes.
you're right.
Yeah, well done.
You're right again.
Good targeting system apparently, from what I've read of it.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's alright. I think we were a little bit harsh in our review when we
Yeah,
when
perhaps so.
we condemned this to be the fodder that was specifically aimed to trick grandmas into buying it for children.
Because we know how grannies, they see a robot stroke mech game and they can't get their hands off them.
They love it. It's a Japanese cartoon, but not that sort of tied in with the cartoon particularly. It doesn't particularly look like it at all.
Basically, if Transformers hadn't have come out earlier this year, then this would look quite good.
Yeah,
Because
well,
it's
it looks
basically-
respectable.
Yeah, it's the game
If you want robots,
wants to be transformed.
Yeah, everyone wants robots.
Probably get Transformers. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's the wacky. He's bad. This looks hilarious.
GTA with lizards.
Yeah.
oh,
Well, that's all right.
It's just
Scale
generic.
it.
It's like little bouncy cartoon character. Bounds around, picks up floating spinning objects. Fights the odd boss.
but I mean, I've said before, more in common with like your Tasmanian tigers than your Jack and Gangsters. Good, decent platforming, action, colourful.
There's no Kaya Dark Lineage. Think like that. But what is?
It was a dark
Guilty
and
Gear
stormy
X2.
gear. Yes.
Reload.
You win again.
Don't
You win
forget
again
that
with your
reload.
ability to read words from the screen.
Yes. A man with a
No.
hot sword. Tell us about this, Andy.
Guilty Gear X2 scored like 88% ages ago on PS2. This is a rehash with 2 new characters and a new background. So basically it's not worth it.
I don't know, 2 new characters and new background.
Well,
It's, it's fundamental.
Imagine it, those 2 new characters on that new background.
It's too much Roman to bear, I'm sure.
Please take all my money.
These cutscenes make it look brilliant. Well, it's alright. It's just general 2D fighting, but it looks really nice.
It's more great, exciting, solid 2D fighting. It's one of the more bombastic 2D fighters, as we'll see right
It's
now.
beautiful.
Look at that.
oh god.
Who can't fail to be impressed by that?
This character here is
Oh,
like
good.
this character's a corpse and is a ghost necking with him. And there's a man with a bag in his head who hits small children.
Oh,
Pulls
well.
like kids out of his coat and stuff.
But that's great. I mean, the fact you can say that, and it's not just, you know, Harvey Rapstein generic sort of war zone, you know, urban rider in the latest film sequel. Quite like that.
Yeah, it's got a corpse. You see the corpse floating in the ghost appears something. It's quite scary. I was scared. Yeah, once or twice. There's the ghost look. It's horrible. It's holding a corpse.
Oh. But quite an
It
adept.
looks beautiful. You must admit.
It is beautiful.
It's not beautiful. It's not a thing of beauty. It's not going to be revealed through centuries of.
No intention of blowing the screenshot up and having it framed. However,
Don't ever come to my house, even with very severe shock. I've got old corpse or the Roman, or whatever he's called. Yeah, no, I haven't really.
I bet.
Yeah. Don't come round.
This
Very
woman
good.
fights with a guitar
Oh, she uses the guitar as a weapon.
Yeah.
This game literally rocks.
and blows men away with solos.
Oh, fantastic.
And this woman's got 2 wings. One's a bad wing, one's a good wing. It's like a sitcom.
What, seriously though, what's the best 2D fighter? PS2.
Street Fighter.
Nah, it could be.
I don't know.
Well, Guilty Gear was in the golden days of Joel and his crazy passion for any beat 'em up, no matter how odd or rubbish.
Yeah.
Really carried a torch for the old Guilty Gear.
Actually, best one, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which is real good. Spider-Man vs. Gale. Can't argue with that.
Yeah, the SNK Capcom games coming soon as well. So.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a golden era for 2D beat.
this is great. This is good. It's just not sufficiently different from the game that we've seen ages ago.
Yeah.
And no, brilliant. What's she doing?
Is he playing a banjo for the death of 2D beating?
Pool Shark.
Oh, well done! It's 2! You lose!
Yeah, fingers on the buzzers. Got it wrong. That's the 2 off.
Yeah, it's the second one, isn't it?
I'm afraid you're eliminated from
Alright,
this round.
what's this about then?
Yeah.
This is a game about pool.
Oh, being
And sharks.
I suppose
No,
you're
there's no sharks. So
Oh.
basically, it's pool. With you play all these rubbish stereotypes. Like you've got an Elvis, an army major who shouts at you.
right.
a
Oh,
redneck,
hilarious.
you've got a biker, and you play pool. And while you're playing, if you mess up a shot, the characters shout at you. It's like dynamic cussing AI.
Brilliant.
Well, again, without wishing to mention a certain game, there's a really good pool mini game in that where you can play actual gangsters.
And if you lose, you
Yeah.
can stab the
Yeah.
man you're playing. Whereas in this,
Because that's what
I
everyone.
thought you meant in this then. Oh, I'm sorry. That'd be quite a strong sub-adjunct to the main game. Some sexy ladies. Look at that. Look at that crazy pool table.
man, that's crazy.
Oh, that challenges everything I know and love about pool.
Does he play a good game of pool?
Yeah, it's general pool. The balls roll around, they go in the holes, you win points. I mean, you can't really go wrong with pool, can you?
It's not better than Cody's World Championship.
Well,
snooker.
that's got
It
snooker
also
and
has pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it then, isn't it?
I think
Game over.
they perfected ball when a man invented a large board and a few sticks.
Yeah. Generic is the word we're looking for here. Fantastic.
What's the rest of that word?
Yes, oh yes, tastic.
No, see, I had the pleasure of reviewing the first game, and so when it came in the office, I made sure that Ant the second one. What do you think of
I had
this
the
one?
pleasure
Okay.
of reviewing this one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the stuff.
Is it all original voice actors then?
No.
No.
Not a single one?
No, even and for one thing, let's get this clear straight away. Kit never used weapons in the show. The idea was that Kit was so Michael Knight always outsmarted his foes.
As long as there was a road,
It's like-
Michael Knight was there.
It's like Kit,
Fighting
rogue
crime.
agent or something. It's mental.
It sullies the good name and reputation of the excellent Night
Yeah.
Rider
Yeah.
TV series.
No, let's be honest, the TV show was rubbish as well. This has got evil Michael Knight with his beard.
Oh, I love him.
An
He's
evil
brilliant.
David
rocks-
Hasselhoff with a
David
crudely
Hasselhoff-
applied beard.
Just apply the evil mustachionator, and then instantly one instant evil character.
I never understood why did they get him to play bad guy as
I had
well?
a beard though, it looked
Did
different.
he get paid double? I mean, what?
Maybe.
I hope so.
He should have done.
It was just the versatility of his acting canon. He could spread his talents.
Best one yet?
Yes. Starts very slowly. Starts like this. And
Shooting frogs.
shooting
in
frogs.
Forest.
And
Fear of detection.
it sounds mean to say it, but this bit, it's not actually very good. You think it's going to be great, and then when you actually sort of play it for a couple of hours, you do start to think, is this it? Is this all that Snake Eater is? No radar. That's the main change in gameplay, which means that you enter each area, and straight away you've got to hit the deck and start crawling through the grass and getting your binoculars out and have a good old scope around. Very slow, very boring. You might either love it, or the chances are you might quite hate it. But even if you hate it, later on things pick up dramatically.
Yeah, really is quite. I think, like from what you've seen so far from the screenshots, they look very samey, and without giving too much away, the environments do change.
Yeah.
The characters you fight do change.
I mean, this already looks a whole shed load better than 99% of video games. Who is it playing this that keeps falling off the bridge?
Oh, well, this
Stupid.
bridge, I don't know, depending whoever did it, very difficult to run along that bridge because it wobbles with proper momentum.
Oh, well, let him off.
And so as the strings, a typical Kojima touch, as the guards shoot the strings on the bridge, it topples towards that side.
Yeah.
So it's very, very detailed.
You're not supposed to play it like this incidentally, you're not supposed to run through with an M4 and shoot everyone up.
No,
It's a stealth game, isn't it?
very, very good game, but still got to wait a little bit longer till it's out. What's this, on the other hand?
This is Ghost Recon
Ah, the
the
Ghost of
second.
Recon.
Yes. Doesn't look like this. This is FMV.
This is I don't know. You kind of begin to lose track of Ubisoft and their Tom Clancy games.
This is the game that the levels are they take 2 hours to complete, yet you still can't save mid-level.
This
And
is
at any time in that 2 hours, even in the 1 hour and 59th minutes, you could receive a bullet to the back of the brain,
and die instantly.
terminating you go instantly and sending you back an awfully long way. So I think it's the absence of a sort of save feature
yeah.
which stops this being a really good game.
It's realistic though.
No.
Yeah,
No,
It's got to be.
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
get, if you get
yeah,
killed.
that's why I'm not in an elite squad
Yeah.
of sniping death killers or whatever it is. You know, I'd rather be sat here with a
But
microphone.
if you watch carefully, every time he fires a shot, the colours are desaturate. This is called the colours of war.
Yeah.
And the developers
Oh,
are
I
trying to
see.
mimic the effect from Saving Private Ryan, where it just looks like your TV's in the blink. And it doesn't, unless a lot of people play it and say, "What? I don't see that." But you only see it if you bring light to it. I mean, I could talk about gameplay and stuff. I was talk about the colours desaturate. Colours of war.
It's yeah. The main problem is the saving stuff. There's lots of nice surprises, lots of good set pieces, but the chances are you're going to be doing each one of them about 5 times because you're going to cop it as you make your way through the very lengthy and not exactly save point riddled levels, unfortunately.
Has it got multiplayer this thing? Is it online?
Yeah, it's all
yeah,
online.
online.
It's all good.
I
But
think it'd be pretty good online.
yeah, I'd rather stick with something like SOCOM 2.
Might
really.
appeal to you more cerebral SOCOM lover.
King Arthur.
Ah, it's a grim piece of forest in the Cotswolds somewhere. And watch this. Look at this bishop man, which was supposed to be protecting. He's just standing there, not helping at all, and just burning slowly to death.
Bishops, eh?
Fire retardant bishops.
Such as they want back in the day.
Yeah, this is rubbish.
Is it really? What's it like? Is it
It's-
like Lord of the Rings?
No, it's not good. It's not exciting like Lord of the Rings. It tries to mimic it, but it's very.
Just like the
Lord of
film,
the Rings is tedious, but yeah,
Not as good as Lord of the Rings.
this is tedious.
Water.
Extremo tedious. It's,
It is good water. You get
yeah.
corpses floating
Yeah,
down the street.
which is the
don't
best thing about the game. The ragdoll corpses, if you kill someone,
They-
or trap them with a horse,
They
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 could-
float down there.
yeah, and they kind of writhe about and stuff. It's horrible.
Brilliant.
But yeah, it's this level goes on for literally 20 minutes of doing the same thing.
Okay, where's,
I
where,
don't know.
where's the burning bishop?
Oh, I think.
He's burned.
He's out now.
Yeah.
He's all burnt.
Those guys are basically bashing the bishop, so you've got to run in.
I was waiting for someone to say that. That's out of the way at
You've got to
least.
stop them bashing the
Yeah.
bishop.
Yeah, whereas I was praying that no one was going to say it.
With a firm hand, just take,
Ah, I see.
take control.
Yeah. That's simple enough. So, scrolling bishop, scrolling bishop, scrolling beat 'em up then.
Mad
Yeah.
bishop. Yeah, anyway. Nice to be a bishop, yeah.
Very nice, thank you.
This is Outlaw Golf 2.
Yep.
£20 worth of golf game which you can play online and it's very much fun.
And it's sexy.
It's sexy. It's big, sexy golf.
Sexy, full of jackass moments where you beat up your caddy, drive
Brilliant.
drive a golf cart over all the people, and
It's a real goal.
yeah, just like real golf. And that was real short.
Shadow of Rome.
Brilliant.
Very good. Yeah. Real. I don't want to say simple because that's doing it a slight disservice, but very, very basic kind of party, jolly good game.
Yeah,
I've
Def-
been finding
definitely.
it very difficult to describe, but
But- I mean, there are a lot of straightforward, let's just hack people's arms off, like elements to it. But there's a lot of like puzzle things that are involved in the arenas as well. Like
holy cannoli.
team battles where you've got to assign like 2 men to hold down buttons while you smash a statue, which doesn't sound too
That
difficult.
sounds brilliant.
But when you play it, it is quite difficult.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
do.
but notice how this trailer doesn't show the worst thing about the game, which is
the stealth elements.
carry on Rome, banana skins,
Yeah,
throwing apples at guards.
They went a bit too far. It's very varied. You're never quite sure it's going to be around the next corner and stuff. There's lots of things to beat up and kill. And then they went a bit too far and they put some stealth bits in where you've got to distract guards with bananas.
yeah. Distract them by whistling.
The Incredibles.
It's incredible.
I think it's quite good, although Nathan doesn't agree.
Seems quite competent.
The Quite Competent.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
Yet not actually incredible.
it's all these little bits like learning how to do different jumps, springing off this flagpole, launching into the distance.
I like
Very nice. But with you've got Jack 3 out there, you've got Ratchet 3 out there. It just basically pales in comparison.
Although it's got a great tutorial by Samuel Jackson, he sounds very, very overjoyed about press jump.
Yeah, he loves that.
Yeah, really excited.
Gets really excited about it. But yeah, it's a competent platform
Yeah.
game.
Dan loves the film on the other hand.
I,
So.
I love the film. The film made me think of the possibilities of gaming on a next generation platform. That little bit where little Dash kid is running
Yeah.
about in that incredible environment created just to show off his skills made me think, crikey, when graphics are this good, games can be brilliant again. It really cheered me up. But sadly, I looked at this and then I realised no games are just like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, how have they handled the bendy woman sections? As I believe she's not known.
Yeah, this is incredible.
Ah yes, yes.
Oh, Mrs. Bendy. I
Miss
exactly
B
what you mean.
incredible.
Yes. But basically, she's able to grab people from a great distance, surprisingly enough,
How do you do that?
with her bendy arms.
Is there
There's like a
special?
target. There's like a
tar-
targeting thing.
You target with like R1, and then when it lights up, you grab them.
Hello, I'm Dan G.
Hello, I'm Nathan,
Hello, I'm Andy.
Hello, I'm Dandy.
and this is Ace Combat 5.
Number 5, already out in Japan right now, coming to the UK very, very shortly.
Mhm.
Nathan, you had the pleasure of this.
Yes, certainly did. Very good game, fighting the the fictional war again with Namco's
The best kind of war.
Ace Combat.
Because no one is killed.
Yeah, because no one really dies. But it's just the inside the cockpits again are like just static. Nothing moves around or anything like that. Outside the plane, brilliant. Look at the graphics. Looks absolutely amazing. You get to talk to your co-pilots this time. Give them orders. Tell them to go and attack. Defend your 6, which means guard your ass.
I'm on your 6 Maverick.
Yeah.
He's on top.
Yeah. And it feels like
Good lord.
it feels like oh my god!
And watch, this is the best
Very
part.
poor
It
flying.
gives you a replay from various angles of your
Ah,
horrible
so
crashing death.
deliberate poor flying.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
course. Yes.
Was this you flying the
Yes, that was
landing?
me. I wanted to
Yes.
show off the
Yep.
crash cam.
Yes, we actually drive a car.
So
Yeah.
police camera action, but with planes.
Yeah. More dangerous than
Yeah.
the police camera action.
That's beautiful.
But this isn't strictly a sim, though, is it?
No.
Unfortunately not.
Definitely.
Always
More of an
also
arcade
an
shooter.
It does look brilliant, but it suffers from which the Ace Combat series suffers from all the time. Is it's just lining up shapes and pressing circles and making shapes.
There's an awful lot of wheeling about trying to make these blips go where your missiles go. And because then you're flying a lot of the time, a lot of it's sky, and a lot of it's ground. So it's
Yeah.
brown and blue.
There's a lot of barrel rolling through the sky like that, and loop the looping numerous amounts of times just to get that square
not
lined
again.
up.
Ah, yes.
Straight
This
into it.
is-
Future tactics.
Formerly known as Pillage.
Yes.
Pillage.
That's right, yeah, that's a good
Pillage.
point.
Pillage something. Global Uprising. Future Tactics.
I remember seeing Pillage ages ago, possibly like years ago even, and just thinking, they're never going to get a publisher for that. Well, I've got one. They
Yeah.
changed,
It's,
they changed the name,
Change the name.
and yeah, it's here at last.
It's developed by Z2, who was responsible for Wetrix and Aqua, the very good puzzle games, N64, PlayStation 2, respectively. And
Indeed, yes.
a lot of that's in it. A lot of the environment manipulation and stuff. It's just fundamentally it's a good tactical game, but it just looks like arse.
So is it actiony or is it kind of turn-based? Is it?
It's completely turn-based, but firing, as you'll see in a minute, is real time. Well, you might see in that, but yeah.
How does it compare to something like Worms in that
It
classic?
is not. It works in exactly the same way as well.
Right.
Only it's you can blow up the environment, which helps like trap men in pits and then blow them up and so forth. It's not. It's just a very average strategy game. There's nothing really terrible about it.
There
This
we
is
go.
good. This targeting thing's
first-person
good.
bit.
Yeah, you have to kind of line up these 3 things, and it's good. I like it. I don't know why I like it. It's just quite satisfying when you get headshots
Oh,
such
why?
as
Oh, I see. Yeah.
you get percentage and stuff. It appeals to my meticulous nature, all these numbers and stuff, and you can blow things up like that.
Yeah, this looks good.
Yeah, no, this is now we're talking. Never mind Gibson.
Verona.
Stealth.
Wait
Yeah.
a second. It's all happening.
Certainly is.
Whoa.
Oh,
Yep. Dot ball. Here it is.
It go is lads.
Yeah.
Diana. Yep. Malago. All your
Oh,
favourites.
Malago.
All your favourites are here.
Doctor, I've got a
All
bad
your
case
favourite
of
dot ball
Malaga.
players, they're all in there. Well, explain what this is all about now.
Well, it's about management and being the best at management. Could
Oh,
say
good.
the premier of managers.
Ah, yes, hence the
Yeah.
name.
Yes, has the name Premium Manager.
Premium
Yes.
dot ball manager.
used to be good this, didn't it? Premier Manager, but now
Yeah.
it's the boss.
It used to be good when it was on like the PC and stuff like that, but now basically
Man.
you get to look at some shirts on your console and that's
It's
it.
action just a
Yeah.
What, apart from the visuals, why does it click in the management?
I think it's just because he's so like straightforward and bland. It didn't take much convincing to get the big stars there. Put it that way. Like I signed up on Reed for Man United for about 10 million. So no, I'd say 15 million it was. But the bad thing about that is
Is that all?
I offered 10 million for him, but they rejected it, and you can keep asking them like throughout the same day. You can put in like 20 million
go
bids.
on.
20,
Oh,
yeah,
please.
20 million bids in the same day, and all you have to do is just keep adding more
20
and more.
million bits.
Yeah,
LMA only supports
yeah.
19 million bits. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the action, it's 10.
So again, why is LMA superior to this, would you say?
You just get a better feel for the management and the highs and lows.
And then the game.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's how jockeys always ride horses.
So what are you doing? So
What the cribbings is this?
you touch its ass to make it go faster.
Yeah.
Although it's very unresponsive, as you can see.
And
I'm feeling the ass slapping.
Why would you slow down? Oh, just to
stamina.
Oh, I see.
That's quite tactical.
Look, I'm doing the face.
Tactical.
what is this?
It's UMF Super Sports, aka Horse Slap-O-Matic.
Okay.
The famous new headphone.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm getting quite intent here, it's getting quite hard. Oh.
But it is quite
Yeah.
tense. You get a lot of stunts. It's quite easy, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, what are the other games? Run us through some of the other.
Football, alien football, headers,
The-
deep-ups,
What does
alien
it?
boxing,
What does alien football involve?
using your hand
To hit the ball? Yeah.
Simple as that.
It's obviously too much for Anton. So seems to have slapped a horse's
He's having
ass.
some sort of breakdown.
Sent him over the edge.
Goal.
Yes.
It's the Swiss Army Ninja.
Man with rocket knees, machine gun arm, and swords for arms. And a laser gun in his head. One of these is not true.
Which one? Blood Song.
Again.
Hang on, Mark's got swords in his arms there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Certainly has.
Crazy.
I enjoyed this, but Nathan didn't so much.
Tell me the story, Nathan, of how he used to have no arms.
How to get a bazooka in your kneecap?
Oh, okay. When he was born, his parents gave up his body to some demons, and they got to share out 48 pieces of his body. And then some
And social services were called.
social services came round, and he was found in a Moses-style basket by some inventor, obviously.
Very
Did Moses
light,
have
very
sauce
light
for
Moses style basket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he pieced him back together with weaponry, as you do. You know, he had a bit of spare time, a couple of bazookas hanging around. Thought I'll piece him together with this.
That's a silly idea
Yeah.
for a game.
It looks rubbish at the moment because it's in black and white, but it has a purpose, this black and white, because when you play further on in the game and you get your left eye back, it actually goes into colour.
Fantastic.
This is good. I like this combo thing. Kind of banana thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fun the first few times. It looks nice.
Miami Vice.
Yes. No, I don't believe this is rubbish. Andy needs to convince me otherwise.
Yeah,
I believe for any game based on Miami Vice could be poor.
This is the lowest score I've ever had to give a game. That's a...
You didn't have to give it.
No, I did have to. I felt compelled to give this a terrible score because it is in fact one of the worst things you'll ever experience in your life.
Well, hopefully not in my life.
No, literally playing this is akin to getting beaten with a claw hammer.
That happens to us all.
So
Yeah.
who's this by then?
Davalex, the men
Oh,
famed for London racing and Knight Rider 2.
It's got a very good heritage. And this game is what?
This game looks exactly
This is
like
the best
Bad
Davalex
Boys.
game. Yeah, well,
It's not the best out of this game.
no, it's
Because
the
otherwise, it would be the. Anyway, I'm confused.
no,
Why
it's
is
the
it- why is
best
It's
of
best,
a bad
best
bunch.
yet.
Yeah.
Why is this particular game not good?
Because it's every cliche for...
Hello, this is
Oh.
beginning.
That's the theme
This
from
isn't-
Magnum.
this isn't-
It's slightly embarrassing.
And there we go.
Yeah, that was Nathan's agent telling him to get out now. Because
Just apologise about that.
Anyway, what was it? This is rubbish because it's cliched third person and shooting and falling off planks.
All the original voice actors? And
No, sounded like
Surprised me.
It does sound like John Johnson.
I understand this. There's only one 60-second clip of music that repeats ad nauseum.
Yes. Yes. This
It's
every level is the
looped.
same piece of.
And is it Jan Hammer, or does it sound a lot like
they've
Jan
got the
Hammer?
official theme and Crockett theme, but the rest of the incidental music is synth 80s sound alike.
Just
rubbish.
Forget it then.
Don't panic. I know what this is. It's Blowout.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
the fantastic budget price side-scrolling shoot 'em up thing in the same style as Alien 3 on Mega Drive. A lot of similarities there. Lots.
Oh my lord, look at that. It's a lot like Aliens in it. Ish.
Yeah, there's a lot of Aliens influence, although not as good as the film or the game or anything for that
In fact,
matter.
anything to do with
Yeah.
it.
Go on then. What's this about then?
Bloke sent to Event Horizon style empty spaceship full of ghosts is asked to solve the problem, which means shoot them all in the head with a big gun until they're all dead.
Sounds good.
Strange alien race. So it's this man he's a cigar chomping man with big gun and muscles who likes blowing things up. Hence the name.
And you
Blowout.
get someone on like a codec system, some woman chatting to you every now and again. And
Yeah, she
always
says,
makes
yeah.
references to putting out your cigarette and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
very.
And it's a no smoking zone
Yes.
and things like that. Hilarious.
Is there even one element of this game that isn't the worst of all creatures? Not just one element.
No.
Well, the voice gives this really tedious tutorial says things like, "There's a big spike. Watch out! Avoid this spike. Do not walk into spinning blade."
What's wrong with it?
That's a good lesson for life, that.
Yeah, that is.
Avoid the spike.
Yeah, avoid the whirly spike.
Shoot spike. They jump over spike. Problem solved.
This does look absolutely pumpy, dude, isn't it?
It's crap. He's got some sort of rocket pack on his back as
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
which
used
makes
to-
him jump high.
Yeah.
No double jumping for this.
And the whole game looks like this. Believe it or not, all grey corridors identical. The maps are massive and there's no variation whatsoever. It's just this.
It's not like a PS2 version of old 2D Metroid on Nintendo.
I think by the looks of things, someone has been playing a bit of Metroid.
Yeah, but imagine Metroid, but several trillion times worse.
Just a few trillion.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
It's under the skin. It's the game they're all talking about.
Good.
It's like a modern day version of Spy vs Spy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, indeed. Yeah, never thought about it like that before.
Laying traps for an enemy alien, so you can abuse the most citizens of little cell-shaded towns by putting tax at the feet.
Fireworks,
Yeah.
banana skins,
Shooting them with.
It's a month for
yeah.
bananas.
and you also get to play as Resident Evil characters.
Yeah, there's a level in Raccoon City. No, you don't get. Yeah, because you can. The basic premise of the game is take someone's DNA, change into them, cause trouble, change back, and repeat.
Look at that tax.
Yeah.
Huge tax. Who's going to step on them?
Not
Distract them
that
with a firework and it blows up in their face.
I must say, I'm struggling to just think
You
who this
even
might appeal to.
comprehend.
Yeah.
What the heck is
Is
going
it? It's
on?
not. I take it it's not for children.
It's a bold decision to bring this sort of
Switch
game
the
over
tactical for
from
adult.
Japan.
Yes.
There you are. Makes
Oh,
perfect
yeah.
sense now.
Yeah.
There you are. Has that
See?
cleared it all up for you?
Yeah.
Thought as much. It's crazy. It's kind of action puzzle basically. So, but it does get a bit repetitive, despite all the variety in the crazy nonsense that can happen while you're playing it.
Ah, yes. Lemony Snickets.
A series of
most-
unfortunate set pieces.
Most lemony of Snickets.
Yeah.
A series of perfunctory puzzles.
Yeah.
Yes, this is just about
This
okay.
this is a game that's based on a up and coming Jim Carrey film,
But
which
it's up
will
and it's
probably
been-
be out right
it's
now.
it's coming right at you right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably there.
If not even had some already.
Yeah. I expect Jim Carrey to be pulling rubber faces and kids to run away in disgust, which is pretty much a summarisation of the film.
Want to see it?
Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds like a great film.
You got
It
yeah,
does.
group for uninitiated. It's a little bit like Harry Potter appeals to that sort of person, whoever they
Yeah.
are.
That-
Um,
those
it's
people.
a series of 3 kids with different skills. You've got a girl who I believe is kind of an inventor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she makes
Yeah.
things.
Makes things. Probably she does puzzle-based, exciting things.
This is how tiny
There's a
got a
small,
baby.
tiny child.
It's
We're
really
watching
good at
her.
sliding on her ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then a series of pipes.
Yeah. That's Pipe Child.
Yeah.
And then
Pipe child tick.
There's
Finally.
there's a boy who, if I was supposed to guess, is strong but slow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what you want.
That's
good.
that. A very average game.
Hello, I'm Dan G.
Oh, I'm Andy.
Hello, I'm Nathan.
Hello, I'm Dandy.
Hello, I'm Dave.
Nathan, you had the pleasure of this, didn't you?
Yes, a game that's been compared to GTA because of its free roaming elements, but it's got a lot of war involved in it. I mean, the similarities are there to be seen. You can hijack vehicles, you can get a group of mates together, go and do drive-bys and things like that, but
It's
Just-
mostly war.
it's mostly war, and a lot of it. South Korean war. One thing that was missing from this thing is massive multiplayer. Missed out on a chance there, LucasArts, I feel.
After
Um,
doing the Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, after doing the Star Wars stuff, if they'd used a bit of that in this, would have been brilliant.
Yeah.
Because the amount of vehicles that you can get into, like helicopters, vans, trucks with guns on top. Sadly, no planes, which they left out for some unknown reason.
I'm guessing. I'm thinking Mercenaries 2.
Yeah, maybe.
Online with planes.
Yes, maybe later this
Mainly.
year.
Who
Hopefully.
knows?
So why didn't we think this was quite essential then?
There was some ropey controls in it. Like when you're driving the car, it just feels a bit too light. Well, when you're driving the truck, it feels a bit too light. You bump into a wall, sort of flashes a different colour to indicate that it's been damaged, and it just feels a bit fudgy when you're trying to turn it and things.
Looks fantastic. Always looks good. Every single frame.
Yeah, I mean the amount of stuff that you can do in it is unparalleled, basically, apart from GTA.
The return of the Joe.
He's back with his girlfriend, Sylvia, who has like him, but
A girl.
Yes.
yeah, with pom poms.
That's my
Different costume.
favourite kind of girl. Just like a man, but different.
Well, they are being transformed into beautiful people.
You really like this, didn't you?
Yeah, it's better than the first one, but it's actually full price now, whereas the first one was 20 quid, so that kind of detracts from it because it's not massive.
Yeah.
It can be finished very quickly, but not without great effort. It is one of the hardest games ever, if not the hardest game ever.
How the devil did you have to do that puzzle you were sweating with? The one with the time slowing thing.
Basically, all the guides online and everything were very vague, so I had to sit for an hour and figure out my own, and it was almost impossible. But as it's very logic based, once you discover the solution, you realise that was so basic and logical.
I mean, people talk about this being hard. Is it hard in a I haven't got crazy flipper thumbs, I can't do this? Or is it hard in my brain is too small?
It's hard. It actually works in both levels. In one level, it's my brain's too small because the puzzles are really hard. On the other hand, it requires a lot of manual dexterity to pull off what the moves and stuff.
So the answer is both.
Yeah.
So if you're stupid with rubbish thumbs,
Yeah.
you're
Fat-handed, small pea-brained cretins avoid.
Oh no. But it looks fantastic. Very original. That was always the big thing with the first game,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Clover are always spearheading originality on PS2.
They might not be able to notch up substantial sales,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
No one's going to buy this over San Andreas.
Yeah. Give it a go. That's what we'll say.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't be fooled. It's fun and playable. My girlfriend loved it, and she's got a small. No, she's yes.
Oh, it's that Squid Game. I love
Oh
those.
yeah.
No, that's just
Squiddy
really.
Moo
That's
2.
FMV's horrible. Watch this.
It's quite disturbing. This is Nano Broker, by the way.
Oh my goodness me.
Watch this. This is horrible.
Hello.
Oh.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Ben one, what's this?
And then there's the game.
Yes, the game doesn't quite live up to this opening promise, it has to be said.
Good lord, there is a fair amount of the red stuff in the game, though, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, there's lots of blood. There's more blood than you can shake a big bloody stick at. But
They've actually changed the blood to multicolored because it was upsetting.
no, it's more fun multicoloured. The backgrounds are really grey and dull. And then you can have big multicoloured blood everywhere. It's much more fun.
Primarily a simplistic shooter.
Simplistic slasher. You get a big sword, you hit
Right.
things, then you hit some more things, a few more things, and then eventually you age and die.
Oh, nice fulfilling ending there.
Just like life, Ben. Only without all the murdering.
horrible blood-soaked
So-
bits.
Look, isn't nice?
Am I right in presuming that this little kid's going to be the hero of the hour?
No, the
No,
kid's-
he's
become an
actually, he's
alien.
actually an alien.
Oh.
See, but then you have that and you go to this.
Couldn't be more wrong. So
Is that still the FMV or is this?
No,
is this the game?
here's Jake. He's half human,
Jake?
half cyborg. His name is
So
Jake.
what's the boss called?
Well, one of the big bosses is called Keith.
Oh,
damn you, Keith.
Damn Keith.
Curse you, evil Keith.
Evil Barry. The third level boss.
looks a lot
Damn
like
you, Julie.
Crimson Sea 2.
There's a lot of crimson in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is like Crimson Sea. And it ironically does create a Crimson Sea.
Is there much variety in the gameplay apart from this wacky
No, not really. You can collect icons and make new combos and stuff, but that's really about it.
It's all about the men whacking.
And like plant whacking.
Yes,
Plant
you do
whacking.
get some nice big set pieces
Look
like
at
this.
that. Which is this, Andy?
This is Capcom Fighting Jam.
Fighting Jam.
Actually
Yes.
fighting jam.
Yes.
Is that the bonus round?
Yeah.
You get to face off against some jam.
It'd actually be more fun fighting actual jam. than
Is
playing
that what
this.
happens? Flavor
Yeah.
jam, is it? No, I'm pulling your leg.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
not
Not
jam.
really.
There's a
The end
feature
of the
jam. No, this is rubbish.
See, he's been looking at it thinking, I'm sure it's got a hidden depth.
No, it hasn't. It's the worst Capcom 2D beat 'em up ever. And of all the characters from Street Fighter 2 they could have chosen for this compendium of Capcom luminaries, they chose Gale, M. Bison, Zangief, and Ryu. You know, no Ken, all rubbish characters. With
But at least they've got Ryu in there.
or Ryu, or Ru.
Oh.
How would
Hello, what's this
This
thing?
is a dinosaur from an obscure Japanese beat 'em up that sold one copy or something called Warzard.
Oh, I love Warzard.
So Warzard fans, well catered for here.
I'm wearing my
Man.
Warzard t-shirt right now.
Yeah.
So
Yes, actually. Yes.
yeah, got it on eBay. 50 quid. I'm mad.
It's worth every penny.
So
yeah.
there's an awful lot of your Capcom SNK
This
2D
one's
beat 'em
just-
up stuff
yeah.
at the minute. This is the one not to get.
Avoid at all costs. Oh, SpongeBob SquarePants moving with friends.
Moving with friends. The rent's too expensive.
Surely
Why
if
not
everyone
try?
watched children's
It's gotta be.
television.
Moving with friends.
This is me enjoying the fantastic.
Yes, the face of joy.
Oh, I didn't notice you. I didn't spot you there. I thought, what is it flying over? And then it's Andy's face.
It looks like a reflection of an extremely dark screen. Someone's ghostly apparition.
I quite like this one. It's,
Yeah, you look like you're living it.
Air wing.
This is pilot.
Look at
wings.
that.
I don't think so.
Look at that big, broad, cheesy grin all over his face.
He's loving it, folks. Don't be fooled by the actual image of him.
He always looks like that.
Look at that.
this one's good as well. I quite enjoyed it.
Is this bowling with friends?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is your face in a bowling ball. It's me getting ready for the ball of bowling. Oh yes.
Oh.
Hang about, you didn't do anything there.
What my hand
you-
was
you
You
used
just
to
held
save
your
the
hands
ball.
up next
Were you like
next
the
to
face curve on the ball,
Yeah.
actively curling it?
You see?
Oh,
you
you're
see?
curling it.
Oh.
Oh, well done,
Oh.
Andy.
Andy in the gutter again.
SpongeBob was well pleased with you there.
In a giant ball.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
Oh.
Just like on a Friday night.
Yeah.
The Rumbling Roses.
The best game ever. Well, it's not though, sadly, is it?
Not really, no.
It's entertaining
It certainly is
in
for
a-
all
in
the
a-
wrong
in a
reasons.
special way.
Yes, a fighting game which highlights are in the changing rooms when the girls are actually limbering up to go on stage.
Oh.
Or
Oh.
in the ring, should I say.
It's lady wrestling, sexy lady wrestling. That's all you need to know.
Yep.
That's it. Fantastic groin cam
Yeah,
that instinctively knows which bits it should be pointing at.
but apart from that,
Qu-
very, very shallow.
And there's gallery mode where you can view the ladies and make them make a noise, emit a noise by pressing triangle.
Yes.
Can you remember any of these noises, Nathan?
No,
Come on,
I-
Nathan.
I-
Noises.
I can't remember any of them.
That's weird because you're listening to them loads.
You play a lot of SmackDown stuff, you know, your wrestling stuff. I mean, how does this compare?
Basically, there's some nice touches like this thing here where
It's
you go to
humiliation.
humiliation mode and you do a move where you open the opponent's legs to show off to the crowd and stuff like that, which is, you know, it makes a change from the Rock's people's elbow in SmackDown.
Yes.
But
Look
um,
at that.
here we go.
Oh.
Here
How,
we go. There we go.
how humiliating is that?
Very humiliating. She's knocked her out through it.
Oh, blimey.
Is this? I feel seedy saying it. Is this sexy for people who want it?
No.
There's Mega Man.
The Mega is the man.
Yes.
Oh,
X8.
Exceptionally Mega Man.
Yeah.
It's
respect-
Mega, man.
Yeah, well, you could call it Mega. You could
Respect.
say
Confused with that lovable chap from the So Solid crew. It's tiny cartoon counterpart.
now, this game would be a lot better if it actually did star So Solid Crew.
He's not going to shoot anyone in a club, though, is he? He's just going to.
Well,
And
Oh,
neither are-
allegedly.
neither are
Allegedly.
the excellent So Solid crew, popular music
Quite
group.
clear.
Anyway, this intro's really good.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
good.
again,
Does it reflect the game?
no.
I've got to commend Capcom on their persistence with releasing Mega Man games over here.
Yeah,
Well done. Very tenacious. As for the quality of the game,
No, it's rubbish.
yes, the harshest reviews in the business, right here, live and direct.
Conclusion, Your Honour. Rubbish.
But you know, this bit looks nice.
Why is it rubbish?
It's just this horribly generic 2D platformer like all the other Mega Man games have been.
What about that RPG based one?
Well,
That was terrible.
yes.
Yeah, that was
That's
equally
like
as
Granny
bad.
Tracker.
It's worse.
This does have exciting bits like sort of 3D shooter bit and a weird driving thing, but they're no better than the platforming elements. They're just really, really basic. But you know, Japan seems to like them.
They went 3D, learnt from their mistake, and went back to doing the old stuff all over again.
You can't win.
This is a really long intro.
This.
There it
There
is.
we go.
There's the
There we
game.
go.
When you need
Yeah,
Well, yeah, looks like that.
looks good.
Yeah, it does look. See?
That's amazing.
So you go from left to right.
And up. And down.
It's for no one. It's just there.
Who's that?
Oh, you can switch between.
That's 0, isn't it?
Yeah, it makes do anything.
Do they have different abilities or?
Mega Man seems to have less.
Oh right.
So he's not that mega then.
No.
Samurai Warriors XL. That's not like for extra large. That's in Roman numerals. The number of Samurai Warriors games we played.
Yes, this is Extreme Legends, and well, you know, it's quite extreme, I suppose. There's an extreme amount of death, certainly.
It's
And Legends.
Well, you know, there's lots of ancient Japanese people here.
as we
Think of
discussed in
these
the previous
legends.
commentary. It's got several Onimusha 3 characters.
Is that right?
Every press. Which ones?
Actual men from Japanese history, including Nobunaga
I like that man.
and various other men.
He's my favourite man from Japanese history.
Actually, he's not. He's a baddie.
No, he's the
Hey,
terrible
that
man.
looks like. It's not though, is it? It's not Akashi Samanosuke or
That
Ted
other one.
Bundy from the second game,
Yeah.
whose name evades me at the moment.
Akechi's in it. Samanosuke's
Lord.
father's in it. They're all in it. It's
Well, that's excellent. That really is good.
Oh,
Yay!
cool.
Game of the year.
no.
Or not.
Game of the year. Wait. No.
But look, it's Fight Club, by the way. But look at it. It's
amazing.
really, really bad.
Just look at Bob's breasts. Even better than the Rumble Roses graphics.
There's a lot of nice breasts going on in PS2 gaming at the moment.
Oh, sorry.
what was the 11th Fight Club rule? Don't make rubbish spin-off games.
I
That's a
can't.
joke from this game.
Yeah.
It might as well be. It's that rubbish. This is rubbish.
Look how excited the people in the background are getting.
Brad Pitt
Oh.
needn't worry because no one is going to be talking about this Fight Club.
No.
So,
Oh, it's
Yeah.
obvious.
so that's inspired.
The 10p is yours.